Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much again for joining me here. I hope you're having a fantastic weekend. Let's take a look here at Solana, see what's going on. Potentially bottoming out here in this support range of 186 to 194. And it's kind of a large range, but technically, based on the 4-hour time frame, 192 has been tested and held about 4 or 5 times here in the last 2 or 3 days worth of trading. So hypothetically, that should hold. What didn't hold is this previous resistance turned support. That didn't occur. We're supposed to see a bounce there, and that never happened in the 198 to 200 range. So again, we can presume that that range will be our resistance until we break through it again. We're probably going to need Bitcoin to, continue higher in order for that to happen, just based on how Bitcoin dominance is technically increasing in the last 24 hours. So again, not the best case scenario for an altcoin, but I think we're in decent shape here, and I'll explain more about that here in a minute. I'll try to make this quick here too, just to kind of get you in and out, because again, there's not much that's changed since yesterday if you did watch yesterday's video, but it's kind of a refresher for those who are maybe newer and or just joining us. So please always hit the like button, folks, when you watch my videos. Really appreciate that. Thanks again. I think we're only seeing about 5% of the people watching my videos hitting the like button. It's pretty bad. So again, appreciate you doing that, and I appreciate you just in general being an amazing part of my life. Thank you so much. So let's take a look here at the daily time frame. Sorry, this last 7 days rather on the left-hand side. We can see, as per usual, this upper range of liquidation still exists. Again, 206 to 210, actually more like 206 to 212 is that heavier concentration of liquidation to the upside. Majority of it has been swept from 198 to that 205 mark. And unfortunately, I didn't see that run there. But again, Bitcoin didn't quite pull up and hit all of its liquidation here too. We were expecting 99 to 100,000 to get tested. It pulled back. Joke's on us, right? Anyways, it's basically establishing higher highs and higher lows. So Bitcoin is looking moderately successful. But again, this is a weekend. I don't really trust a lot of price action I see on the weekends. But either way you look at it here, bigger picture, again, 186, there's that lower area of liquidation. Could potentially see that get hit just as well as we could see 210 as well. Okay, so again, we got that upper and lower range. We're kind of in the lower hemisphere of that range. We can see we're breaking bearish, but this doesn't mean that we're going to be continuing lower per se. It just implies we have just as many shorts as we do longs in the market right now based on liquidation. So we're kind of in this indecisive moment. When we take a look at it, open interest, we're going to have to zoom out a little bit. We can see once again, 190, 192 is these lower areas of support based on open interest, but again, we're below a lot of resistance here too. So it will take some buying pressure. We're going to need to see more volume in order for the price to go higher. Daily time frame, just to quickly note here, in case you missed yesterday's analysis, it's still very bearish. Every coin, with the exception of a couple of small outliers, are looking very bearish today as well. Okay, and it's been the par for the course for a while because there was such a significant drop near the beginning of the month here, February 1st and 2nd, when Bitcoin just went on a tear to the downside, that these moving averages are going to be flawed for a while. So the truth is, while it's exuding bearish behavior, the daily time frame isn't the best gauge of where we're at right now. I mean, it definitely lets us know that we're still on the way down. So we got to respect that. But for the most part, we're seeing this shift in momentum potentially occurring right now. And this is happening on the 4-hour time frame. So again, while we're underneath the 50 and the 20 SMA, obviously this time yesterday we are breaking above that. We can see this descending trend line here. We're still holding over that level here, which is generally a good sign. Okay, we're also in a situation here as well where we see this lowest point, this 0.618 fib level, 190 to 192 roughly, as a potential support range for us. Okay, so again, we're seeing that there as well. Once more, weekend, low volume, it's hard to trust this kind of price action. So I'm generally just recommending to my community, no trade is the best trade you could take right now. It's just literally how it should work when you see this kind of price action, plus it being a weekend. So hypothetically, we close in the 190 to 195 range or higher today or this weekend. We're going to be in a much better position there to allow for the price action to likely continue higher. We are seeing a MACD divergence here, of course, along with stochastic swinging down under 50 in the RSI. These are not favorable conditions to take a long position. Hourly time frames are probably going to recognize the same thing here. We're below the cloud officially, lagging spans free and clear. These are all tried and true signs that further downside is probable. So again, how much lower is it going to go? It's hard to say. From a liquidation standpoint, we will probably see somewhere in the range of 190 to possibly 185, because again, there's a pretty heavy concentration at 185 alone. So really, it just depends on how Bitcoin performs. If Bitcoin can maintain its current range, I think a lot of alts are going to start bottoming out. They are starting to see some stabilization here at this moment, but again, if this guy right here decides it wants to go down by any margin, just a small percent, I think we're going to see a pretty significant correction from altcoins. So I think you're probably more favorable to consider shorts on the weekend, at least this weekend for the moment right now, than you are to consider some longs and buying these dips. Again, depends on where you're at. Spot trades, different story altogether. But if you're trying to take leverage this weekend to the upside, probably not the best call. But you can recognize too here, though, if we look at Solana, for example, we've been on our way down here. Like, we are getting pretty overextended, and there's no doubt that a reversal would make sense. Okay, so again, from an overextension standpoint, we should see the price recover instantly. But from a, everything else included, there's probably more likely or propensity for the price to go just a little bit lower to make everybody feel that pain. As soon as everybody flips short, they're going to go ahead and go long on you. Okay, so again, market makers are very tricky, so please make sure that you use proper risk tolerance, okay? Or risk management. I hope your risk tolerance is up to par so you can navigate these these waters. Anyway, what's the term? Choppy seas make good sailors. Is that the one? I'm sure I'm butchering that somewhere. But the key takeaway here is that you got to expect these kind of things to happen, and it's never a perfect situation. So either way, that's what we got here for the moment. I'll update our playout chart, post that on our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord. Make sure if you haven't already, double check this here. If I'm not mistaken, we got a new promo from Bitunix this month. Definitely looking like a pretty solid little option there. And make sure you take advantage of that. I've got over 1,000 traders using Bitunix with my link. You're automatically eligible for this. Make sure you check out your deposit rewards there. Okay, it's all there for you. Hope you have a good rest of your day, folks. Thanks again so much for your time. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.